Right guys, new trick of the video. I'm going to try and land a no comply, fakie, pop, shove it. Saw it in a VL skate video recently. Shout out to that guy. I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description below because it's awesome, especially if you're just starting out with your skating. Very helpful. Never done a no comply, fakie, shove it, so I'm going to try and stick one today. Hopefully, fingers crossed, get a new trick this video. There we go guys, no comply, fakie, pop, shove it in the bag. Gonna try and do some lines now. Been a long time since I've done some lines, but the ground is nice and dry, so let's get to it. Hey guys, it's Joe Walker here. What the flipping hell is going on? So I hope you enjoyed watching that skate session as much as I enjoyed filming it. What I'm trying to do with my skating lately is take tricks that I know I can do as a one-off and implement them into lines, because I'm feeling very confident with quite a lot of tricks, but I feel like putting them into a line certainly helps develop that confidence. It takes it from the next level to the next level, and that's where I want to be. It also helps to improve the style of the tricks. Those lines were pretty sketchy, but those tricks, when I do them as a one-off, having done them in a line, for some reason it takes the pressure off and they just feel a lot more stylish. They look a lot better. Things like the kickflip and stuff, putting them into a line has seriously helped, just being like rolling along and blasting out a kickflip. Definitely encourage you to do some skate lines if you're used to just practicing one-off tricks. It's what I did to progress as well. I took two tricks, pretty different, and just practice them in a line and start with the hardest one first. So for example, if you find shove it and ollie are the tricks that you can do, but shove it is harder, do a line where you shove it followed by an ollie, because then you get to practice the harder trick more and develop it, and then the trick that you are more confident with, it also gets some practice, but you can kind of finish the line feeling confident, knowing that you can do that trick, especially when you've preceded it with the harder trick. So I did to progress. It's worked pretty well, and it's helped develop my style and confidence in my skating. So as you've probably guessed from the title, we're going to be reviewing my Santa Cruz board. I'm going to be focusing on two areas. Number one, visual appearance, and number two, performance. So visual appearance at the moment, it scores a solid 1 out of 10, but things weren't always this bad. When I first purchased this board, it easily scored a solid 10 out of 10, and I was really lucky because they're back in stock now, but at the time I literally think I got the last one in an 825 in any size in the UK. So I was really fortunate to get this board. It was a seriously nice looking board. It really, I'm not doing it justice with the way it looks right now. I mean, I've literally skated this thing in the rain, session after session after session. We've even been snowboarding lately. I've really taken this thing, like flushed it down the toilet, took it back out, unclogged the pipes, and then flushed it down again, and then gone and skated in the sewers with it. I didn't really do that, but I mean, it pretty much did that. So on visual appearance, a 10 out of 10. Obviously visual appearance is very subjective, but for me, just the classic Santa Cruz logo and the nice matte black wood finish. It has a piece of red ply, which is always just nice, and then the top layer of ply, it's got the nice Santa Cruz dot here if you want to do some magic with your grip tape. I didn't do that, but I just wanted to show you guys that. And just an all-round nice looking board. It just felt good and stylish to be on it. Obviously that's very, very subjective to me. Some people might hate the Santa Cruz logo, but those people are crazy. And then on to performance. On performance, I would score it a little bit lower. Now I went from a 7.75 to this as an 8.25, and that was a very good move, but that's no reflection of the board's performance. That was just a very good choice in my life. Performance-wise, it's a sturdy board. It held up, it took some punishment, I've no complaints there. There is one thing I would say, and I've read this about boards that have been in the factory for a long time can sometimes, with the temperature changes, especially here in the UK, the glue can sort of on a micro level like separate and then harden and separate and harden. This actually diminishes the performance of the board, and what I found a lot is, especially around the nose, like now it's taken an absolute battering, but it chipped up pretty quickly. On the first session actually, it started to kind of like literally chip here, just separate. This isn't from rain damage or anything like that. This is literally just something that happened with this board. It chipped up. It didn't affect the performance or my ability to do the flip tricks that I can do in any way. It really hindered the look of the board straight away. And on this side as well, it kind of started to chip here, and this is the nose. And then after a while, it started to do the same thing in the tail pretty significantly. I say after a while, it felt like it was too early into the board's lifespan to be starting to chip as significantly as that. And razor tail as well, it razor tailed pretty fast. But I don't know if this is a reflection of this board or Santa Cruz, because I have read that if you purchase boards that have been in the factory for a long time, they've been there for potentially like a year, even 2 years, they are an old piece of kit, but you buy them thinking it's new, and I think that is what's happened here. But performance-wise, the way I felt on the board, the way I connected with the shape of the board, I don't know if you guys can see it, it kind of goes out and in. It's a really, really nice shape. I just give it a solid 10 out of 10 for the way I felt. It gets marked down a bit because of the razor tail and the chipping on the nose quite early on. Give it an 8 out of 10, which is still a very, very decent grade for a board. So overall, for the Santa Cruz board, we are rocking at a solid 9 out of 10. If you can pick up one of these boards, do so. It is an amazing skateboard. I would 100%, or rather from my rating, I'd 90% recommend getting this board, and they are relatively affordable. I think in the UK they're about £50, it's probably about $60 in the US. That's on the sort of more expensive side into the margin, like the very expensive boards, but it's worth it. It's a very solid board, and I'd really recommend it. I felt great riding this skateboard. What about you guys? What skateboard are you currently rocking? Please do leave it down in the comments below, and if you've got any suggestions for any skate brands that you would recommend, I'd love to hear from you. I'm very new to skating. My knowledge of boards is certainly on the lower side, so I can really only go by like how I felt and how I think the board looks as a sort of grading of the board. I felt great on this board and it looks great. I would highly recommend it. I want to say a huge thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.